Okay, next week we'll get Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. That's a totally brand new character for the MCU. With exception that the Mandarin, father of Shang Chi and presumably the main villain for that movie, was, I don't know, referenced in Ironman 3? That movie also had a Mandarin, but not the Mandarin. In Ironman 3, the Mandarin is actually just Trevor, an actor. Now, I thought a lot about it, to make an Ironman 3 video, but I wasn't sure because I hate it. And there are many reasons for that, but if you really want me to cover Ironman 3, leave a comment. Anyway, I recently saw Black Widow and I thought it was okay, so we'll go with our movie this time. Let's go. Okay, the movie starts with a more indie look, which I actually liked, because it's a bit different from other Marvel movies. So it's a family in the US, but suddenly the father says they've gotta go. It seems like someone is chasing them. They get to a place where a small plane is hidden, and look at this man, he's strong! Police arrive and everybody starts shooting. The mother is hurt, and one of the girls who is actually future Black Widow takes control of the plane. The plane eventually takes off and they get to Cuba. That's when we learn that all of them were Russian secret agents. Well, except for the younger sister, who will now be taken to an assassin's training. Yeah, that's not a beautiful childhood. Anyway, time skip. Now we pick up the story right after Civil War. General Ross, who was seen in other minor roles in the MCU, is about to catch Black Widow, or so he thinks, cause Natasha's not even in the country, you fool! She's in Norway. Meanwhile, in Morocco, some secret agents are trying to kill a scientist, I think, and oh, that hurts for sure! These women start fighting, but the blonde girl is sprayed with a red thing. That makes her snap and realize that was actually her friend. She takes the rest of the red thing, takes out a tracking chip, and that's it for now. Oh, and someone activates a robot human droid android something somewhere. Black Widow then meets someone who's given her a place to stay, fake IDs and, the normal stuff when you're a fugitive, I guess. The man also gives her a box that was in a Budapest safe house, because probably you remember that Natasha and Hawkeye had like the biggest adventure there. Would you like to see that? Yeah? Well, me too. I don't know why that's not in the movie. Anyway, Natasha then puts a bunch of things in the car, including the box, and heads to the city, but there is an explosion. The robot zombie android was waiting for her. They start fighting and she notices that the enemy is copying her moves, and also is looking for something from Budapest, not actually for her. They fight a bit, but eventually the robot wins the fight. However, Black Widow took the red things we saw previously. That was very clever, because right after she sees a picture of her and her sister in there. Now she knows she has to go to Budapest once again to find Yelena, her sister. They don't immediately trust each other, as how do you know the other one is not evil? So they fight. I love this sequence, look at them, trying to strangle each other. Oh my god, that's pure love. Yelena says she sent the gas expecting the Avengers would take down the Red Room, which is like facilities full of assassins like Black Widow or her. At first, Natasha doesn't believe her sister, as Black Widow helped to kill the man behind that thing. They don't get a lot of time to talk because enemies arrive, new spies actually. They don't manage to hurt the two sisters, but Natasha sees one of them suicide against her will. It's like they are being mind controlled and the gas is the cure. Outside, a chase starts with the android zombie Taskmaster, that's its name. They start with a motorcycle, but that doesn't work, so they change to a van. Then Taskmaster shoots an arrow and flips their vehicle. They end up badly hurt, but they get to the subway and confuse the chaser with some blood trail. In that moment, we'll learn that during the operation where they killed the man behind the Red Room, Dreykov, they also killed his daughter. The sisters continue moving, having a really nice talk with beers and all, really sweet actually, but we don't have time for that. They steal a red car and decide to rescue their father. I mean, it's not their father, but it's their fake father from when they were in the US. To learn the location of the Red Room. That man is in prison and his superhero or supervillain name is the Red Garden. That's a cool and very Russian nickname. And his real name is Alexei. He receives a package in that place somehow, no questions here please. The package contains an earpiece. With it, Natasha and him can communicate. The sisters hack the security system to allow him to escape without causing a lot of troubles, but it's like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 5, honestly. The fight escalates, now with the guards using heavy fire, but Yelena has a little bit of that herself. Unfortunately, that causes an avalanche, but don't worry, they make it just in time to the chopper. Alexei doesn't have information about the place, but that's obvious as he was in prison for many years. He then says they all could go to pay a visit to the girl's fake mother, Melina, who has been working with Dreykov for a long time. I don't get how Alexei doesn't know anything about the Red Room, but he knows where Melina is. Anyway, the reunion is not as strange as I thought. Actually, they feel like a real family having dinner. It's amazing, seriously. Okay, so Natasha says they need the location of the Red Room, but Melina says they can find someone who can control your will. That's totally true, yeah. Melina then tells them what was the whole point of the operation from the start of the movie. Alexei's mission was to stall some research that showed basically how to manipulate people. Melina shows this by making a pig stop breathing, and yeah, I was really scared for the animal, but it's not hurt. So Natasha is angry and she says that's not a real family. So Yelena gets really sad because for her, that was a very important part of her life and nothing was fake. That's so touching, seriously. Alexei goes talk to her while Melina and Natasha talk. They remember how life was when they lived in Ohio. That's when Melina says she already called the Red Room. A bunch of assassins get to the cabin, send Alexei to sleep, and reveal Melina is full suit up as one of them and took down Natasha, finishing the job by attacking Yelena too. They are all taken to the Red Room, which was actually floating in the sky. That's why nobody could find it. Yelena will go to surgery to find information about how the cure works, cause Dreykov doesn't like it and he wants a cure for the cure. Natasha and Alexei are in cells and Melina goes to speak with this incredibly disgusting man. Seriously, the way he touches her and speaks just makes me feel sick. But oh my god though, Melina is not actually Melina but Natasha! So real Melina opens the cells and calls Yelena saying she has a blade in her pocket, so she gets free, yay! And with a flashback, we learn Melina and Natasha devised a plan that they would change places and that Melina and Yelena would both get earpieces to communicate. Now the plan is that Yelena will expose the rest of the spies to the gas. Meanwhile, Dreykov reveals Taskmaster is actually his daughter. Whoa, that's a very uncomfortable moment for Black Widow. But we also see that even his daughter is under mind control. This man is a freak. Dreykov sends Taskmaster to deal with Melina and Alexei. That's when Black Widow tries to kill him, but she can't. She literally stops knife in mid-air. The reason is that there's something like pheromones in the air that prevent her from hurting him. I honestly didn't get that very well. Anyway, at that moment Alexei gets to fight Taskmaster and Melina, who's in the control room, is trapped. And things are not looking so good for Natasha either, getting punched by over and over. But oh my god though, Natasha was ready for that all the time, cause Melina told her about it before, saying she has to get a nerve served to block the receptors in her olfactory center.
Sever the nerve.
Melina manages to escape and breaks the station's engine, so everything is going down, baby. And moments later, she helps Alexei to fight Taskmaster, putting her in a cell. Whoa, Melina, you could be on the Avengers too! Natasha now is about to kill Dreykov, but the rest of the spies arrive in the same room and give Dreykov a chance to escape. Now it's Black Widow versus 10 assassins. That doesn't look good at all, but right when they are about to kill her, Yelena drops the gas on them and saves her sister. The whole place is crumbling. Melina and Alexei get on a plane, but the rest are not near. Natasha reaches the cell where Taskmaster is. She apologizes, but that's not enough. I mean, obviously, she tried to kill her. But right when Taskmaster is about to hit her, the roof breaks. Dreykov gets on a jet. Yelena is near, so she causes an explosion, killing Dreykov and sending her on a long fall. Black Widow takes a parachute and proceeds to rescue her sister. She does it, but Taskmaster is right behind them, so Natasha decides to go down on her own, without a parachute. Thankfully, Taskmaster had one, so they fall together. On the ground, the fight continues until Natasha breaks another tube full of glass, releasing Dracov's daughter from his control. We have a family reunion and then an even bigger one, when the rest of the spies join them to get away from that place since General Ross is about to come as he tracked Black Widow, but Natasha, she will stay. We pick up the story 2 weeks later with Natasha getting a nice jet to save Captain America and the rest of them. And then we sadly pick up a few years later with Yelena visiting the tombstone of her sister after she sacrificed herself to get an Infinity Stone. We also meet Valentina, a woman who's given Yelena a target to kill, and whoa, look at that, it's Hawkeye! And that's pretty much it. So if you like this video, remember to like, share and subscribe. I am David, have a good day and see you soon. Bye!